Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and welcome back to what I'm going to call our farming district. And in any event, we are here, and I have paused time. And the main reason I came back at this moment is just because we are out of money again. At one point between the episodes, I did redo our loan thing like I have been doing. So let's talk about the loan thing. Now is a pretty good time. This is about the same amount of time as before. But I'm going to take my calculator here. Probably should have done this right before the episode, but 365 minus 283 equals 82. So we made it 82 days. The last time I only made it 79 days. I happen to remember that. But let's go ahead and if we take a look, we can borrow more money, right? And I've also noticed, I think that you're better off. I don't know if this screen updates, so I'm better off like pausing. But I want to come over here, right? And then I want to pay off that amount. You can see that's the amount I paid off the last time. So it's actually, we have paid off some of the loan and maintained doing a bit of construction. I'll get into that in a minute, right? So we're going to return the exact amount. Then if we come back, it says that we paid 6,367 over 1 million, right? So 1,006,367. So what I'm going to do is take 367 and divide it by 82 days and then multiply it by 30 days, right? So that would be a typical month, 30 days. So that's 2,300 that we're paying in interest, and that's about the same number as we had before. So in other words, we need to make at least an extra 2,300 per month in order for this to make sense. So let's go over to our imports and exports, and you can see we're towards the end of September, we're plus 6,000. Right? I don't think we've purchased much, a little bit of cement, not much, and a little bit of bitumen, hardly enough to count. Now the fuel, I would say, a good amount of this fuel is still towards our construction effort, and that's 3,500. So when you think about it, if we stopped all construction, this number would drop dramatically. And if we look at last month's numbers, let's go back over to here. We were minus 3,500, but we did a little bit more importing. So in other words, we had electrical components, 4,000 right there. And then we had, again, 5,800 total on our fuel. Remember, this month was not a full month at this point. So again, a lot of that you can't really count against our, profitability at that point. In the sense of if we stopped construction and just started trying to pay back that loan, it might take us 10 years, but we could do it, right? So now, again, just borrowing the million buys us enough time to go ahead and, just keep plugging away. So what did we get done as far as plugging away? Well, for all the time I spent, not that much, but we got this rather long road done, and I got into here. Now, I just broke up all the connections and just redid them after I got this road paved. Now, there's definitely something wrong in this area. I know Radomir watches most of the videos. Maybe he can take a look at the map. I'm not that worried about it. I think we'll be okay because this is all just sort of temporary. And, as much as anything, it was to get a fuel station here and a couple people so we could build further into the map. But because I'm having problems here, and when we came up, I'll get into that in a second, but I did send a bus to work on like these power lines, and they only took 2.5 hours to get there, right? So I'm thinking it might be possible. I don't know. It'll be very much on the border. Can we send workers this far all the way down this road and then over to this bus stop? Can we send them that distance? So I think it's worth an experiment before we go building all this stuff, especially because there's some kind of an issue over in this area. So the other thing I've been doing, let's go talk about, this is the excitement of it, if you call it that. Well, again, I don't know if I look at it as exciting. I just enjoy it. You know, I'm the kind of person that just enjoys this sort of thing. So what we have is our 2 construction offices, and if you look in here, the only thing I really have is buses. I left the 1 mixer because we aren't doing much with concrete right now. And what this is doing is, see, like I only have 109, which is our power line. So if we zap up there, right, this is the power line that's going to run to our new, or the second gas station here, all the way up here, right? So what I've been doing is just assigning these to drop all the stuff off. Let me we can close that. And then I've just been coming in here and saying, well, does this have all the stuff it needs? Yes, perfect. So now we can assign this one and they'll start sending workers there, right? Because otherwise they keep sending people and it's just not, they don't always send people, but it just gets highly inefficient. So I'm going to let this guy, I'm sort of breaking up to when we send people. Now they're sending people from, like I said, from here. So it's a little bit inefficient, or it isn't, because really I want to just keep that alcohol flowing to the border as much as I can. So let's see, did we get this done too? Because I know I just switched over to, see, we haven't even gotten the concrete into this one. We can start playing. I should have done that a little sooner. So the only thing I'm constructing, if we look at our large constructing office, is this switch, the substation. That would get us power over to this gas station where we should be, we're constructing this, and we can actually assign this guy to start sending some workers, right? Looks like that gas station has everything. Now, I did add some mods, so at the very end, there's going to be another one of those screens, if you guys saw it, where it shows you the mods that I'm playing with. So that's, and I'll try to remember to make a note in the comments. But there we go. So now we'll start sending people to these places that have all the things that they need. And it's just very micromanagey in some ways, but, this way we get them done with the least disruption to our people, because when these buses come in here, they starve a little bit. Maybe not starve, but cut down on our alcohol production. And that's definitely our biggest money maker at this point. Though the food, shouldn't be discounted. We could take a look at that. Yeah, I do wish it would fill up a truck. If you look, like both of these trucks, it like always seems to prioritize one over the other. Like, send this guy out for me, So that's the other thing to say, of course, if you've played the game much. I don't get too excited if this number goes up and down a bit, because it's really dependent on so few imports and exports that, the difference between a truck making it by the end of the month, each of these trucks, if you look, is this the one? Of course, it's not the one that had the most. Yeah, see, this guy has like 2,600. Like, getting one extra truck out is a good chunk of our profit and could kind of deceive you a little bit, but other than that, I think we're doing real well with the crops. We've got, this is slowly building up. I did get another truck in here. Now, if you notice too, by the way, I have 2 trucks now doing the exporting. Just, in hope. But the guy wasn't making it back in time. So in other words, by the time this guy's going to fill up first, because he's filling now, and then if this other guy fills up and heads on his way, see what I mean? He's got 5.8 and he's not filling up. They're both going to be on the road here pretty shortly, right? So, in order to keep this from filling up, we're going to keep going. Now, it would help a little bit if we had the warehouse, but I'm okay with micromanaging it at this level of the game. Now, we did have, if we take a look at our population for this year, and it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but we kind of like leveled off a bit. And I think what we're having is a die-off of sorts. So if we take a look at like last month, if you look at the numbers, we had 42 deaths and only 50 births. And I think it might have even been worse than that like 2 months ago. So we've kind of recovered, but I think we're still having a lot of older people die. So we really could use more people, but I'm not sure that there's too much more we could do about it. I've been coming in here and making sure everybody's as reasonably happy as possible. Come down here, check on these people. I don't want to move everyone out of here, but there's just not that many people here. I might take a few more out of here sometime soon. Nobody in that house. So So I have taken one or two groups of 10 and moved them over into here. And I'm just going to keep doing that, with the hope that they get and make it over to the alcohol. You can see we only have 3, and that's a timing of the buses issue. And again, we also, I don't know if the buses made it up here yet. I see one's right there. No, they're just getting there now, I think. Oh, here's one. So here's what I did, just in case you guys don't know. Like, I sat here like this, right? They're going to go to this town 1 hour and 34 minutes, and they have to get all the way up to here. So I think, just given the proportional distance, right, it's not that much further ahead. I definitely think it's possible that we would, be able to get people all the way up to that gas station without building this town. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a little while. Maybe I'll come back for that test with you guys. It's just, and I know some of you like watching the construction and all this stuff happen, but it's just really, I spend half my time watching videos on YouTube or whatever else. If I leave it on slow mode like this, I may even go off and do little things around the house as I wait. Just, make sure I come back often enough. Oops, I closed that. Yeah, see, let's see. We're at 2 hours and 8 minutes travel time for that person, right? And I think that's the most you can have. Now, again, you also have to worry about the total traveling time being under 5 hours, but so this guy's, I've never really noticed the total travel time being the biggest issue with the way we have it set up here, right? So it looks like we're going to get 19 workers, and they're probably going to work on our power lines here, which is nice. Get that done. I sort of timed it out where this doesn't have everything it needs, but I think we're going to get enough boards up here before we can get that done. Right? And I've just been having this open for the most part, and I can see what's getting done. But pretty shortly we'll be able to get another gas station, and this is a modded gas station, medium refueling station, which takes not half as much fuel, but a third less, not fuel, steel. So that should be a little bit cheaper for us to build that. And then at some point, this switch has everything it needs. Is it assigned to this one? Yes, the switch is assigned. What was the one I was waiting on? Oh, the substation. Now, it doesn't have the concrete yet, but is that a concrete truck I saw? No, that was a dump truck. So we should get a concrete truck. I was a little delayed in getting, I can see there's only one of the two sitting in here. So once I do that, then I'll start, we'll get this road done. And there we go, getting some more gravel on it. Hopefully the bulldozer goes up there. Is the bulldozer heading there? I don't see the bulldozer or the other. Yep, there he goes. Good. So the bulldozer will head up there. And that means that just frees up that excavator to go do other things, like, work on the foundations of these other things. Not a very efficient setup here with the distance, but hey, we're making progress. That's what counts. And we're not going further in the hole at this moment, right? Like we paid off 8,000 of the loan, which doesn't sound like much when you have 700,000, but we're not going in the hole further. And we're maintaining, like, building these roads. And if you look, we got 258 gravel, so this is slowly going up. I haven't taken any of the trucks off of here, and I only have, I think it's 2 dumpers. Oh, I got 3. I must have switched one. I took one off. All right, so we got 3 dumpers in here hauling over to here. That's right. You know what? I remember that now. It's so hopefully when that bulldozer gets up here, and see, here's where I'm doing this. There's no buses here, so we're never going to send workers to this. This will have to be done by the bulldozer, which is good. So hopefully we'll be able to keep up with our gravel as far as getting it up here, and I'll keep micromanaging this. And at some point, if you look, I'll keep an eye on this as well, just to make sure that we're not, I don't want this ever to be backed up. I might even take one of these trucks off. And then the other thing to look at, that I've been following. Yeah, see, this is dropping down, so that's not overly good. And I don't know if it's dropping down because we're just not we're not producing as much, because I also took this guy and moved it to 70% to go to the vodka. So hopefully that doesn't cause a problem. But I could also take one of these trucks off of here and put it towards the vodka line, right? Yeah, so this guy, he's going up to the customs house. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm okay if it dips down a little bit. But because I've started starving the workers here, it looks like we're... Yeah, so this is the one that would go to Eggenham. You know what, I'm going to take him off of going to the... He's going to get taken off of going to the customs house, so that way he just comes straight back here. And that alone might speed it up a little bit to get some more food into this, right? Instead of driving all the way up there, he just goes back and forth, gets back in line real quickly. But yeah, 90% chance when we come back, this guy, one of these guys is going to be added to this. So there we go. So that's the update. Like I said, nothing too much has changed since the last episode. And yeah, see, here's what I was talking about. It's good that bulldozer goes the other place, because this guy can come in. We don't even need people if he works on the switch, right? He'll do the groundwork for the switch without any people even being there, even though we already have people there, which is good. He'll up the productivity, but he'll get her done. All right, guys. Well, there you go. The other one last little. I know this is all nitpicking stuff. I have been playing around with the trucks coming up to here, because we are starting to use a bit more wood on these power lines, but that'll die off, and then I'll get back to exporting. So there goes a load of wood in there now, right? To get this 90 wood, we need 19, so 2 more trips. And I only have 1 truck in our construction office, 1 open haul. All right, well, there we go. So let me pause it again, and I'm just going to enjoy my morning and just keep an eye on things. And by about the time we get, to working on this, I'll come back to see if the buses can make it that far. Just out of my own curiosity, I'm sure some of you are curious about that as well. Look, they already got done that. Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? And this is the inefficiency. Now we have people here. I hope they don't bring more people until we get these things up there, right? So let's see. There's going to be a little inefficiency. I'm doing the best I can. All right. See you guys in a few minutes. Take care. I thought I'd come back for a minute and show you that we have a bus that is now, we got this road completed, and then I start working on these. This is the refueling station, right? And then this is the substation, and the substation has everything it needs. So we have this bus on the way here now, and we want to see if it can actually make it up to here and put people in there, right? So right now, let's zoom back on the eyeball thing. He is right there. He's only got a little ways to go, and the worker has been traveling 3.5 hours. So here, let's speed time up a little bit, see if he makes it there. Right, 3:38, 40, 45. They made it into there with 10 minutes to spare. Now, I'm not sure if we can count on that, but we really don't have to do too much. Like, this thing doesn't really require that many hours. If we get some people in there, right, we should be good to go. So we're making progress. I did have to take out another loan, like, the same old, and we did pay off a little bit more. So we are making progress on the loan. It's too slow. I mean, it's just taking an awful long time. We definitely have to ramp up our exports, but at this point, mostly because it's very low cost, or in good part, I think if we get this gas station here, like I said, I think we're going to be able to make it over to there, just because, I have a feeling that that's going to be the case. So, all right, so we'll see if we could get more people up here, just enough to at least get this gas station done. We did complete this other one, which caused a bit of a problem. And I want to do something that's a little bit strange, but these guys seem to be passing the gas station, right? And then they end up wanting to come back here. So here, let me even pause this and show you what I want to do. I want to come up here and just like put in a dirt road and maybe like here. And then I know this seems kind of weird in some ways, but if they get there, and I'm wondering too if I can't just delete them like that quick. Right, but does that cause a node? Because what they're doing is they're getting on here, and then they're just probably bad timing to get to that one particular construction site. But like right here, does this guy right there now turn around when he gets down to that spot? Because again, the problem is that he's needs fuel, and he goes all the way down to that intersection. Nah, he didn't turn around. Now, he might not turn around anyway for whatever reason. Let's see. Does he go all the way down the end there and turn around? Like, when he's down, it's like he's looking for a gas station. He finds this one, then he's got to come all the way down here. All right, did that guy just do it? No, I don't know if he did. Does he? No, he just kept on his way, so I'm hoping that just broke up this road, even though we can't see it, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, of course, as soon as I go to show you guys, but they were definitely coming down here and turning around. Let's give one more guy a chance. He's passing all my little potential. I don't know, they could have corrected it where when you delete a road, it gets rid of the node. But we'll see if this guy keeps plowing forward or if he turns around, goes all the way back up there. Nah, he just kept going too. All right, well, never mind me. So we'll see about getting this. Yeah, did we run out of people? Yeah, we ran out of people, but at least if they can get up there, that's a real big step. And then, yeah, we're getting this road done. It's just taking an awful long time. And I think it's going to take quite a while longer. So when we come back and, you know, I'm going to let this get done. I'll spend that much more time, but I think we should start talking about a steel mill. So when we come back, we'll start talking about because I know we can send people to work on it from over there. The question is the money worth it? And well, we really need another export, and this one is, I mean, we could build another road over to here if we had to make it even more direct. But you know, rather than him coming down here. But either way, this guy would be in a great place to start sending stuff either direction. And the steel is just worth a small fortune compared to a lot of other things. Like we can export the steel for $868 per ton, 867. Where our best thing is alcohol. 522 is not bad for alcohol either, is it? But then the other thing is you know, this steel price kills us when we go to build more stuff. So I think between the potential for making our own steel. By the way, I'm not going to plan on doing the mines right away, right? We'll just get very slow, one step at a time, and get this built, and then go from there. You know, so that we're, you know, just one little baby step at a time, and hopefully that would really make us profitable. And then when it came to building another city, the more I've thought about it, is this one, there's just something wrong with the map here. So I definitely think we're going to get rid of that and just build a city where we think we won't pollute it. You know, probably on this side of the map. I don't think it matters too much. I'm picturing more farms over in here, way down the road, but if we kind of tuck it over here, I think that would be far enough away. And we know we can reach to get it built, even if it is very inefficient without a little city to boost our construction. And that'll get us, you know, another town over here, and that town could become part farming town, right? Obviously, I don't want to take advantage. I mentioned this in other videos of the iron and coal here. I don't want to take, even though I made it real rich, I'm not going to take advantage of that. But that would get us steel production. We might do mechanical components. Is always a good, easy thing to do once you got a steel mill going. All right, so there we go. So we'll talk about that. Let's get a little bit more of this road done because we're running out of rubles. And we really need to be able to get to the border. There we go. We built our substation, so we have power over here. Oh, so now, see, this is the problem. Now what I need to do, not problem, but this is what I've been doing. Now we can assign people to here. And I think that's the limit. We can't build anything else further towards the border, which I don't really intend to if this gas station's close enough. And then we can start talking about a town over here. All right, see you guys in a little bit. I'm just going to let some time pass. Maybe when I go to take out another loan. And just because otherwise the episode's going to be really, really dull if it isn't already. All right, let me know what you guys think. See you in a minute. We have a little gas station off in the woods. So I think this really will... I'm kind of amazed if I had to bet if we could have made it that far to get this thing constructed, I'd have probably said no. But there it is, right? And so now it's just a matter, I think, of finishing these roads. And I think it's worth, the effort to pave them. We could always kind of redo them, not, as dirt if we really got into an emergency. But we still have 87,000 rubles there. So I think I'd like to keep plugging away at that. And, I'm definitely sitting here thinking about the steel mill. It's like a dream of mine. And I think we're in reasonably good shape. If we come over here and we say, how much will it cost us? Again, if we just paid for it, it would be $471,000. So if we take a look at our loan situation, let's come into the economy here, right? We have borrowed $1 million and we have paid down to $800,000, but we still have $75,000, right? So we'd be down to, like, in theory, before this, before we'd have to take another loan, we'll be down to $750,000. So that means if I were to borrow like another $500,000, we're pushing it. I understand that, but at the same time, I think we could, basically finance this. Now, I also understand that the interest is going to be there. But if we take a look at this, and this is our total winnings for the month. Let's do this year. And I know it's, hit or miss and when the expenses come in versus the thing. But we're plus 16,000 and we're like 2.5 months into it. So I think we can afford the loan. And like I said, I think the benefits to having a steel mill are just really, truly significant. So let's say that this is as good a spot as any. I kind of like it. Like I said, if this wasn't so glitched here, we would go with that. But I think I'm going to start more towards what I'll call a regular town, but we're going to go small, kind of like we did here, but we might have a little bit more like regular housing versus this little itty-bitty tiny stuff, just for the sake of it. Now, the other reason for that will be, well, we'll be able to make steel over here, right? So we'll possibly try to make our own steel, or do we build the town first? We could decide that. Maybe I'll get your comments. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. But let me get rid of this road there, right? Because what I want to do over here, and I'm not sure exactly how the game does it, but let's come in here. We're just going to place a gravel road down. I actually want to put this, as close to the border as I can. You know what? We're getting the same thing going on here. Yeah, when I zoom in, I'm okay. But see, like, goofy things like that. Like, why is that? Do you see that? Like, it doesn't click right. And it seems like when I zoom, like, move around like this, then it does it better, right? But in any event, there's, like, a new connection. And the reason for said new connection is I want to put a construction office over here. And also, like, a warehouse and whatnot, so that... Because I think this is even closer to the border where if we purchase all of this steel we need to purchase, it'll be as cheap as we can get it anyway. All right, so let's do the construction office first. And mod construction office. I forgot to add the even bigger ones, but we don't really need the even bigger ones. I think we'll put the construction office... Yeah, we're going to put it like here where it doesn't attach, and then we can build that road. Right, and then we'll need the different storages. Now, the other thing I was thinking of is it might be worth another asphalt and concrete plant up this way. Just because, again, we can purchase the stuff a lot cheaper. Plus the fact that we'd have to drag it from all the way over there. Yeah, and do we have any stone? We don't really have, trying to look around. We really don't have any stone anywhere close, right? Where we could put a quarry in. So we'll drag our stuff up here, but all right, so let's go ahead and think about how we would do. Well, we need a regular warehouse, just again, mostly for purchasing purposes, which let's come over to here. All right, if we get a regular warehouse, oh, you know what? I don't want to build that right there, do I? No. Let's get rid of that real quick. Because if we ever did railroad tracks, they would go right there. So this time I caught it. I caught myself. All right, so let's go back here. Yeah, we'll put this guy. Where do we put him closer to the road? Because we will be building the town. All right, let's go far enough off the road that he doesn't actually build. Yeah, I think that might be a reasonable spot. And then storages. So we need a warehouse. All right. I think this one I'll let attach. We'll redo what we need to redo, and then let's make. Oops. Sorry about that. Kind of went off the edge of the screen. All right, we'll do like this, and then I'm thinking. Yeah, let's see how this would work out as far as we're not going to have. We're just going to have a. I want to unloading just in case we decide to do that again. More of a space holder at this moment. All right, so yeah, see, like there's something goofy. Now watch what happens. If I zoom in a bit, then it seems like it gets better. All right, so there we go. So there's, I don't know that this is going to work out that great, but we'll do small. Yeah, it's kind of pushing things for a little further. I guess it's pushing it towards the border too. When I say pushing it, I mean with the outlet only goes this way. So let's go back to gravel associated things. Let's just take a look at the concrete plant. If we did like this, that could work out pretty well, right? What about the asphalt? Let's make sure that'll. Yeah, I think we could do like this and that. All right, so let's get a road out, just so that we don't forget. All right, this can go further. And then that's already attached. And then let's see what the concrete looks like. All right, so we're saying like over this way. Yeah, if we ever wanted to put an actual concrete thing, we could do it to the, like away from us. We could put like a concrete silo here, cement silo, I mean. All right, and that can get attached up to the road that way, and then asphalt plant. Yeah, it could go something like this and the same thing. Now, where's the road? I can't see the road because that helper. Yeah, let's go like this and we'll try to make this. Right, and then can we do. Let's just see if this will. Let's detach this. Right, and then. Very carefully. Let's just see. All right, if we did that, we could attach this up. We could attach this up. Oops, see, it missed. There's something weird. All right, get rid of that. Now, conveyors. All right, I'm thinking that. Let's just see if we can do it just nice and square and neat, or will the road fight us? Road fights us. All right, well, let's just get rid of the road. Carefully, just do that. All right, I think we can make it under there, I hope. All right, so can you... Yep. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. Sometimes, though, yeah, let's do like that, and then there you go. See, we can do it better than the computer. Humans are better than computers. There we go. So then we have to extend this out. Yeah. Actually, no. Let's just see what... Yep, there we go. See, there's something goofy. I don't know if it has to do with the map or not, but there's definitely something goofy going on there. All right, so now what we're going to do is start deleting a lot of this stuff. All right, we'll delete at least back to there. Yeah, that's fine for now. We'll delete at least back to there. We'll delete all of this. All right, and that would be one big project, and then we'll reattach those things. This, yeah, this is turning into a non-thing, all of this. All right, we'll just reconnect that one way or the other when we reconnect this. And then our construction office will connect that up. And hopefully I could do these things in the most logical possible order. And then, let's see, we still have 52,000 left. How are we doing on this road? Still need 107 tons of gravel. How is our gravel supply doing? That is a... Yeah, we're still building up. So the balance, it's the balancing act as to how many come in here to drop off, and we're doing well. So good. And then we'll have to talk about how do we get it up to here. So we have gravel coming in. We could probably put one of these in here, at least for... I don't know that we'll ever build this. Oh, yep, there we go. See, like, if I come in here, zoom in, and I can click. I don't... You guys may not have caught that, but I know because my hand is on the mouse that something's funny's happening. And again, I'm not on the experimental, so I don't know. All right, well, let's commit to... Yeah, this. And is that everything? Well, no, we need an open storage too, don't we? Yeah, let's, before we even make sure we build the road, so we want small open storage. Why don't we put it coming right off of that road? And again, it'll be as close to the border as is sort of reasonable. Right, and that didn't create an extra project. And then we can purchase like steel and whatnot from here to bring it over into here for the construction of that. And then, you know, we could maybe even use this as our steel output. Though really what I was thinking of is, do we build medium? Yeah, they're really, you know, the difference at... yeah, if we build it... Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it's... Need flat terrain. And then there you go. Look, say there's something... I know you guys believe me, but... you know what? I kind of like... Let's push it up there closer. Or do we just build this medium storage? All right, forget about this. Let's just very careful. All right, and then we can have this attached. Not that we need it right away, but then we could just use this bigger one, which won't, we can wait until after we get the steel mill going. This is not urgent, but this will give us a place to put steel. Let's make sure that's good to go. And then we would just have like a gravel road coming out of here, give us something else to work on. All right, okay, good. So now let's keep going, and I think I'll also assign them this road. All right, I don't want to distract too much from getting away from the border, because I want to get that border road done. So I want to come in here between the, we still have time in this episode, but I want to, get this going as much as we can, and then we'll have a new concrete. We're going to need power, and we're actually going to need kind of big power, aren't we? Well, you know what? Let's see how we lay out the city first. So the other thing to say is these things are going to create pollution too, this concrete and cement. So I definitely want to make sure I'm far enough away from those before we start putting in our city. Yeah. And then we don't want to block where the railroad track would come, but I'm thinking, this kind of distance to like over here would be good. All right, so let's take a road, and this shall be, the road in and out of our little town. And how do we want to do this town? I'm thinking maybe we do like, I think we'll keep it, we're going to tend to keep it to this side mostly, right? So if we put a few houses here, this would be the center, just to make sure we don't get into that pollution. And I'm thinking we do like a bit of a loop town where we can have a loop of busing and or trams in the middle in the long run. Not necessarily, maybe we do like a hexagon shape or something, see how that works out. All right, so we could do, we could be kind of near the road. I don't want to be too close to it. Get some more houses here to about like this point, right? And then we would have, oh, come on. All right, be like a big stop sign. Try to make this, see, it's doing that thing again. If anybody has an idea as to why it would do that. All right, and then we want to kind of go up to here. So if this is the distance here, we want to go about the same amount. Doesn't have to be that exact, right? And this time we'll just try to come off at that angle. And then from like, say here, we'll go this way. Yeah, come on. I saw you wanted to do it. There you go. All right. Kind of like that. It's a little bit bent. Yeah, so then we would have something like this. Where this would be the next stretch this way. All right, and then we'd come over here. It's something in that ballpark. It's not gonna. All right, let's get rid of. Oop. Yep, did that thing again. It seems to be something about the zooming and moving around. All right, is that one of the more ugly? Yeah, you know what? We're going to get rid of this. Problem is, that's not even really straight there, is it? Problem is we need an intersection, right? So we need like this guy here. Now we need it to be a little closer. I don't know if that's any closer. All right, you attach kind of straight. That's worse. Yeah, this needs to be closer. That road's definitely getting bent. All right, so yeah, this should maybe be a little bit more. Just trying to make it parallel to that one up there, at least a little bit. All right, and then we're doing all this without. All right, so we're going to make an intersection here. I want to make it like another one here. Let's get rid of this and that. And then I'm going to make another intersection here and here. And then get rid of that and that. And then can I just connect these straight? Yeah, I think you could definitely do that better. Close enough, right? We'll pretend that we were a little drunk when we did it. You know what? I kind of like that too. I don't think we'll build it right away. But yeah, I do like that idea of building like straight off of here and here. So this will be the first. Oh, see, there we go again. Then I zoom in like that. Good to go, right? So we'll make these pretty parallel to each other, right? Is there any reason they wouldn't come out to the road? No, you know what? I think that'll be fine. Right, and then we get rid of all of this. And if we need a road there, we can always make it. Yeah, it's wobbly, but I'm all right with it. And again, we'd have like a sort of like we have a hexagon. Now we're going to have a thing. So let's plop in the things that people need since the episode's, it's not long yet, but we're burning time, right? Oh, we got to keep an eye on our money. All right, so what do we need? We need some houses. Let's see what modded houses we have. Residential. Like I said, something not 21 story, but not 10 either. Like somewhere. Yeah, these are all like small, 170 and 80. 2. There's 90. Who's that? Yeah, that's kind of a nice looking house. Kind of fits in there reasonably well, except I'd want its 1 foot bath. Yeah, let's see. Do we have more options with that? Oh, resident. Why is that? We got travel trailers. Yeah, you know what? That's what I don't like about this is that it only has 1 output, right? Yeah, let's put this one right up near the road. All right, is that attached? Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it being attached. Let's leave a little space in between them. All right, so that would be like 180 people. I think that's enough to get us started. And then maybe what we'll do is, let's see about putting some stuff like over here. So if we ever had another road, and then I know that busted up my road projects, but let's go back to roads. All right, and then I would do, yeah, one of the problems is this leg is particularly long, isn't it? Let's do this and this. Shorten that leg up a little bit. All right, we can get rid of this. All right, and then the idea would be we'd have space. Yeah, see, that's definitely wider than this other side is, but we put some of the things people need, like right along here. Might even have another road that comes off of here somehow. Let's see if we can. Yeah, things people need. Mods. Do we want to kind of go small to get started? Or we're going to build all of this when we have steel anyway, right? Let's just use mods because we can. Want a music school? That seems like a lot of steel there. Either way, we don't want to burn money for nothing, right? Yeah, let's just use a little modded school building here. Do we put it? Yeah, let's put it like this. Tent school, kindergarten. We could do playground, right? We haven't built a playground. Now, is there one of these is like the biggest? Yeah, this one seems bigger. Let's just see what the playground does for us. And we'll keep it, yeah, maybe right in the middle where we can, right? See if that works out. And then what else do we need? We need shop. Yeah, these don't hold a whole lot. And I don't like the fact that they're not... Now, Bazaar does all of it, but it's awful small. Which wouldn't be bad as long as we were just purchasing, but I think we'll go with the regular. And then we're also going to need a fire station, which I think we should put out here. So let's see. I know we had a modded one. But it's got a lot of road connections, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll just do the modded one like right here. And that way they can get out to the main road, quite easily. Okay, so now, gas station, shop, university. Yeah, we could use a university, huh? Small technical college. We already built that. We already built Lenin. Yeah, I don't want a party HQ. Let's do another small technical college. And this time we'll put the college in the middle. I think that's, yeah, let's put the side with the footpaths this way. I don't think we actually need to hook it up, right? Is that kind of in the middle? Not really. Footpath deleting. Let's get rid of this too. And this while we got the tool out. Let's put it in the middle so it looks nice. I think that's sort of the middle, maybe a little further away. There'll be plenty close, right? All right, so that'll get them university, and then we need a hospital. Do we have a... I don't think... Oh, that's right. I added this too. Village doctors. So I'd like to see how this goes for us too. Right? It's just supposed to be like a little tiny hospital. Is there any reason not to squeeze it in right here? Right? That would get us... the hospital care, and let's see what that does for us. Because I don't think we need a huge one, and might help us. All right, so what else? We could use some sports, and I'm definitely thinking sports would be... What is this? Well, you know what? I think this is a little football playground. We need one smaller than the original, but let's put it next to the college. We'll just take a look at it for the sake, again, of playing with some mods. And then the other ones, like our stadiums, which I'll build when we get to be a little bit more of an advanced society. So what are we missing? This is school, playground, I'm assuming is a kindergarten, hospital, university, always miss stuff, power. Yeah, let's talk about power. Do we think we can... See, now this is, by the way, where we're going to pay for the fact that we didn't build the bigger lines. And I don't think we're going to really get away with... Yeah, I really don't think we're going to get away with... what were you flashing about? New vehicle. With the power situation off of these little lines. I think that's fine for the gas stations. And really where I want to get the power first is up here. And really could almost use just running big power over here, but we'll do that. Let's just see if we can get away with it, because it will be like a boatload cheaper. All right, so what I want to do is, let's say, we're not going to worry about the town, because what we're going to do is as soon as if this steel mill can run off of this small line, at least a little bit, then what we'll do, we're almost out of money. All right, let's do the loan game again. Alrighty, yeah, we're down to, we spent a little more money, but the last time I dead ran out of money, which I don't want to do. So we're just going to borrow again, and 766,857. All right, there we go again. So it's just, it's costing us the interest, and, eventually we'll have to borrow more to get this actual construction done. But for the moment, I think we're kind of okay. But yeah, we need to get the power in. So what I'm thinking of is we get enough power to operate all this stuff, cross our fingers on the steel mill, and if we have to put in bigger power to get a little bit of steel out, I think we will. So what I'm thinking of is maybe just on this side of the road. Well, yeah, because I think this is far enough away. We just need to put a separate power thing over there, power substation. So let's get this where it should feed power to all of this stuff, right? Yeah, don't attach to the road. We'll do that later. All right, and then we'll come here and we'll get this. Do we get a? No, you know what? This one will run with a heavy wire because we should. All right, and then we'll go up to about there. Let's bust this medium voltage switch. These are medium wires, so it's just we are hooking up a power plant at the same time. So what we can do eventually is maybe tie into that switch. Now let's do this, and then do we even need to pay for that? Or are we better off just building it? Let's I'm gonna come off of here just so it looks theoretically a little nicer. Well, that's all you wanted to go. Right. Nah, you know what? I am going to pay for this. Just so that we're not out of power on that, because that could throw them for a loop. There we go. So that should get power back to where it needs, and then we can get in here and do the construction on that. And once this road gets done, we can attach all this stuff up. So there we go. So I think I don't know exactly how long the episode is, but I'm going to play forward a little bit of time, at least maybe get the roads constructed once we get maybe whatever, when something happens, we'll either get connected up here and then we'll get to bringing in more, we'll do a test together to see if we can export something. Is our exporting going and our population? Yeah, our population, by the way, is sort of not real impressive. If we take a look at this year, it's sort of dropped down. If we take a look at this, the number of workers has gone up a bit, which is really what you want. But I think I don't think there's anything much more we can do about it. We just need to keep, growing the population, and we're going to have die-offs and booms and stuff like that. Hopefully nothing too drastic that it hurts us. How are we doing here? Okay. Well, we're exporting as much as we can. And how was our economy this month? Well, we're really kind of break even this month. How about last month? 6,800. So that's where the timing of a couple vehicles can really change your perspective. You kind of almost have to look at this year and do an average. which we're doing real well, right? We're not even through April, so after 3 months, so we're doing like plus 6,000. So without spending any extra money on construction like we're about to, I think we're kind of holding our own. And then the last thing, well, I mean, not the last thing, but we'll look at that, and then, so I just want to make sure we're not running out of gravel there. Yeah, people are happy. Can't participate in any sport, but we got the sport right there, so it's just a weakness of the sport system in this game. I really wish they would let you put more than one worker in there, because that's the problem. The worker, he leaves, and then it says, oh, I need a new worker. Well, in the meantime, you don't have any worker there, right? So it'd be great if they could put 2 in there anyway. And this town's doing well. Check the schools. Not too great on staff, are we? Well, that's we should be fine. Everybody's happy. I mean, very obviously no big uneducated problem that we're having. We haven't had, let's see, do we have any escapes this year? 8. Were they recent? Yeah, fairly recent. I don't know why they would have escaped particularly. But yeah, everybody seems reasonably happy, and sometimes I don't really understand why we have escapes. I mean, they're completely happy. I don't think there's anything we did to anybody that would make them mad. Schools, babies doing well. Economy's doing small, but okay. We're in a lot of debt. I got a comment just a few minutes ago that we're like Greece and Italy with our debt. But we'll work to pay that off, as time goes on. Unlike Greece and Italy, we're not just going to keep piling it on deeper and deeper and deeper forever, which seems to be the trend there. I don't know. I don't know that much about their thing. But even in America, we've heard of Greece's debt. And I know Italy's got issues with it too. But you know what? America does too. So these politicians need to learn to work within a budget in all of our countries. That's an opinion, of course. But so let me assign this to start being worked on too. Because why not? And do we assign this road? No. And then, do a little bit more of the same where we get around here. Once I get this going, then I'll assign the workers. We know they can make it, right? So then I'll try to do, we'll get all of this working, and I do want the power. I don't know that we need the power, but I'll get the power going over here. It's a little more legit, I guess. And then we get our warehouses and storage going, and then we can start buying stuff from there, and then we can start building this. And then we'll worry about where we sit with our money at that point. Because if nothing else, we just designed a future thing, even if we decide to go in a different direction. Same thing with like this town. So, well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I will talk to you in a couple days. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.